Hey, hi everyone. Now let's see what we have learned previously is like using data mapper, how we can extract the data, how we can pass the variable to filter basis the particular condition and get the specific data. Now how to use this data in the Omni, right, on the UI. So when I want to use that, while passing, what I have done is the data source is nothing but a variable from here, and the filter value is a value that we'll be using in the data mapper, right? Now when I execute this, right, I have done that preview, I have executed, and then I found something like, okay, I'm getting this kind of structure, account record, and in between I'm getting key value pair, type, ID, name, account number. Be very careful about this names, right, because that's how we will be mapping this in our Omni Studio or OmniScript. So now here what I am doing is in this data mapper, what I have configured is like whenever my data mapper is getting called, show a in progress message during execution. Okay, and now this is my first step where I am getting an input. I am invoking data mapper where I am querying to the database, and whatever output I am getting, I am using it in the another step, this step 2. Now if you see in this step, the step API name is account found. I have used a block. So remember one thing, whenever you are dealing with the data, make sure you are using block for ease of data mapping. If you see this block, I have dragged a block from here, right? Within that block, I have placed all my input components. In this block, if I select the block, look at the block name, it's account record, and look at this name of the output of the response, right? Here you can give that name, extract object path. So that is account record, correct? So now I have mapped this account record, account record. Now the thing is, what are the names of this input elements? If you see here, the name is important. This is API name, type, account number, and website. So simply by giving the proper naming convention, it will get mapped and your variable will be displayed here. I hope this will help you whenever you go and create. It will be very easy for you to see how the data is getting mapped. If any of the data is not returned, it means it might be null. It won't get displayed here. So if I go to preview, now remember how the steps are getting executed, and always keep an close eye on here to see how the JSON is generated. And here you can see the result of your data mapper, request, response, everything. So if I put, say, global and hit next, observe, now my search account is global. It is getting passed here as a global here, and then it will get executed as a global and give this result. When I go here, my result is populated as per my block. Now within my block, account record is there, so it has by default mapped it and replaced those values, and those values are getting displayed on the UI. So for website there is no value, it is not reflected. If there is a value, it will come. And if you see here, those values are extracted here as well, right? So this is how it will simply get mapped. Now the other thing is how you can verify your data mapper has been executed. So here on this action debugger, you can just click to expand this. It will show remote option, request data, and response. So focus on this request data. This will show like what variable and what is the value is getting passed. This will, and again which OmniScript is passing that, right? And then on in the response, if I just increase the size, you can clearly see the response is account record and this key value pair. This is how you can debug, and this is how you can see your data is getting reflected. I hope this will create interest for you to explore various things, because Omni Studio is very huge. OmniScript itself has so many blocks within which you can try multiple things. simple way to start is whatever is out of box that we are using. So simplest thing is input types, whatever are available, drag drop, try play around with different sorts of data. And then next thing we'll be seeing is like different types of data mapper, what we can use for extracting. And gradually we'll learn around putting conditions, for conditional show hide, all those things we can see. But I hope you guys are trying doing a hands on and getting the point to a stage where you are able to pass the variable from this UI, and then able to get the result which you are expecting. So now I am clicking next. If you see, it will show in progress that we configured. It called that data raptor and give the result. This result, how we received it, like by the naming convention that we define. If you see in this image, this is again a trailhead where it clearly shows, right, how this OmniScript we are defining a data mapper extract action, then we are sending the data, it will do that query on the Salesforce object, return data back. I- in our upcoming session we will be learning more about data mapper, where we are like loading the data, we are transforming the data, right? So this is just the initial thing about data mapper turbo extract, which is limited to single object. It's very high in the performance, and it is used for very straightforward queries on a single object, and very straightforward filter criteria. Okay, thank you, see you in the next session.